Hey guys, happy Labor Day weekend to you guys. Well, Labor Day here in the States and in Canada, I believe. Well, thanks for watching on my channel for the month of August. Now we're in September, September 2nd. So we're doing a special American movie for Labor Day. It's a 2003 underrated uh, action crime comedy starring Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett, and that is Hollywood Homicide. Yeah, doing that one. Devil's Zone, I'll probably do that in the fall, maybe. This is a much better movie for Josh Hartnett than Trap. I can easily say that because he's not overacting and he's not the villain. So, and he was much younger here. So let's get started. It starts with, I know these two didn't get along on set. I get it, but it's entertaining for me to watch. I mean, you got the old rookie cop with a more experienced cop, and their personalities clashed. Yeah, Harrison Ford is still a boss, man. So I got my American flag with me. I'm wearing my American jersey with Captain America's shield on it and my hat. So let- let's get this Labor Day started on the right foot. The chat's open for you guys. Ron Shelton, I think, is an underrated director. He's done some stuff I liked more than some directors today. That's for sure. There's a massive cast here. That's why this movie's an hour and 56 minutes. It's pretty long. It's not 2 hours though. A Pitt Shelton production. Hollywood, California. There it is. Mm-hmm. Hollywood Homicide. Yeah. Yeah, Lena Olin, she's in the movie. Bruce Greenwood, Canadian actor. Isaiah Washington before he got canceled. Lolita Davidovich. Keith David. Master P, yes, one of the rappers is in this movie. Gladys Knight is in this movie. Yeah, there's some cameos in this movie. Lou Diamond Phillips. There's a good cast. I think it's a really good cast. No Bintos. James McDonald, Meredith Scott Lynn. Yeah, bunch of people. Corrupt is another rapper. Andre Benjamin 3000. Alan Dale, Clyde Kusatsu with Dwight Yoakam and Martin Landau. May he rest in peace. I miss him a lot. Every time I see Mission Impossible, the series, I miss him every day. It's a good production. I think it's underrated. It didn't deserve to flop at the box office, just like Max Keeble. And it is PG-13, but it's fun. I think that with an R rating, this would have done gangbusters. Because some people don't like buddy cop movies that are PG-13. I mean, the Rush Hour movies worked at the time, but and well, what else is a buddy cop movie that's PG-13? There's not a lot of them. That's Anthony Mackie. Yeah, this is him in an early role when he was an unknown. And I like Anthony Mackie. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's not as good as Chris Evans, but it's a black man trying to make it in Hollywood, and he did it. I mean, once you're in the MCU, in multiple movies, you're going to get noticed. Yeah, that's Anthony Mackie in an early role. I forgot he was in this movie. A lot of familiar faces here. No Bintos, you don't need them. In a buddy cop movie, it's just a distraction. Even recently with Bad Boys 4 and with Beverly Hills Cop 4, they didn't need Bintos in it. Well, Bad Boys 4 had it, but she's dead weight. And yes, they play black hooded stereotypes, but I'm like, do not attack me in the comments. This was 2003. Again, different time. Because Josh is like representation. Every black man needs to be respected. I agree with that. But back in 2003, these are the kind of roles they had to get to before they got to Oscar nominated movies like The Hurt Locker and such. And even Crash got Oscar nominations too. It's a movie. That's all I'm going to say. It's a movie, guys. This is not a documentary. I would love to see the Double Toasted guys do a roast on this movie just because, they like to do obscure movies. I would say it. Why not? They like doing movies with, with, with rappers. That's Master P. The Police. Harrison Ford is still a boss, man. Yeah, him and Anthony Mackie are going to be in Captain America next year. He's such a boss. Like everything I see him in, I'm just like, this man can act. He was a carpenter, and then he became one of the biggest prolific actors in cinema history. No matter how his films are now, the man's a legend. Once you've done Star Wars and Indiana Jones, you're a legend. Kathleen Kennedy can never erase that. So suck on that. Here's Josh Hartnett. Yep, that's Funky Town. I remember that song from Shrek 2. It's a good actor, Josh Hartnett. It's just I don't need to see him going. I don't need to see him do that. Shyamalan, you could take a great actor and make them suck. Trust me, I know. And I'm not talking about Airbender. I'm saying like other films he's done. Robert Souza, he wrote the script. Ron Shelton, I think, is a good director. What else has he done? I know. Hey, heterosexual. Good morning, John. This movie didn't deserve to critically bash. No, it didn't deserve it. It just had a trouble production, just like a lot of movies I've done on this channel. I've done live streams for. That's not what bothers me. It's if the final product is entertaining, and this is. That's why these two don't even look at each other the whole movie. Keith David, man, what a film legend. We still got him too. He didn't pass away because Louis Gossett Jr. passed away this year. It is a well shot movie. Let me see what else Ron Shelton has done. I'll try not to make this thing crash because I don't want it. Ron Shelton. His movies are pretty underrated. He's 78 years old now. Oh, he's married to Lolita David. That's why she's in his wife is in the movie. He did Dark Blue, another underrated crime film. You got White Man Can't Jump, Tin Cup, Just Got Married, Bull Durham. Yeah, he's done some good stuff here and there. It's a lot better than Ridley Scott is recently. That's it. Hmm. He's a vegan, I guess. Yeah, Hartnett is like if Ashton Kutcher was more taking more serious roles and didn't do a lot of comedy. Because I first saw Hartnett in 40 Days and 40 Nights when I was a teenager. I haven't seen Oppenheimer because it's just too long, guys. It's 3 hours long. I don't have that kind of time to spend in the fall. Comic Con, I got my badge. I'm ready to go. I got my badge ready for Comic Con, and on October 17th, I'm going. I can't wait. I'm pumped, man. Yeah, he has grills. Again, this was a different time. Because even Harrison Ford's other films that I've done in this channel, like some of his Clear and Present Danger and Patriot Games, he's good in them as Jack Ryan. He's just a good actor, a great actor. He's a legend. Air Force One, I've done that one years ago. I haven't done I haven't seen What Lies Beneath. I have to see that for October. He's a legend, man. I don't put mayonnaise on my burgers. Yes, you do, Harrison. We know. You could have retired after Star Wars, but you just don't, because you're a legend, man. I still think one of his worst films was a movie he's not even the lead in, and that was that movie with Liam Hemsworth, Paranoia. That movie's terrible. It's so boring because you have him and Amber Heard trying to act as lovers, and it fails. Amber Heard couldn't even be Jason Momoa's lover. Hmm. Hmm. Oh yes, there is a Brit in this movie. There's a cameo. That's what's his face? Yeah, this British guy. What's his name? I forgot. It's a cameo though. It's not. There's no major Brits in this movie. What's his name? Not Peter O'Toole. What's his name? Yeah, there's a Brit in this movie, but it's a cameo. It's not any. It's uh Eric Idle. Yeah, he has a cameo in this movie, but it's not much. It's like you know who I am, and then he's gone. It's not painful like Wingnut in Tales of the Ninja Turtles. Because what's next? They're gonna put Florence in a movie like this? No thanks, guys. She can't act. She sounds bored and everything. And people say she's a good actress. Yeah, you're wrong. I'm sorry. This you're entitled to your opinion, but I don't think she can act out of a box. That's why Black Widow didn't make a billion, and yet Captain Marvel did, and so did Deadpool and Wolverine, and the Mario movie. Even Barbie made more than that. Plus, Hartnett was young in this role, so he was like inexperienced, and working with Harrison Ford was he said was a nightmare. That's why they barely look at each other. I get it. Turn this hat backwards. Got cap right there. Hey, actually, he's right here, like that. See, Titanic made money. Even when they re-release the movie, it makes money. Yeah, I do too. Tomorrow I'm gonna go out. Hmm. We know, Josh. He took a break. He did Penny Dreadful and then disappeared for a while, but he's always been a good actor, Josh Hartnett. I like Lucky Number Seven, Slevin. It is my bliss too. Hmm. Yeah, he does the point. I love the points. That is the Harrison Ford trait in everything, except in the voice acting that he's done. A few voice acting jobs he's got. But when he's on screen, you got to point at somebody. And I'll say this: Hartnett is way more tolerable than that freaking Binto from the Dial of Destiny because she's just insufferable and just boring and annoying, and I can't stand her. Yes, that's Lou Diamond Phillips in drag. Don't ask. It's weird. He went from La Bamba to this movie. Good actor. He's done some good stuff. He was in Young Guns, I think, the first Young Guns. Tempest. Yeah, I don't wear heels. I'm a guy. He's married to Callista Flockhart. Yeah. Cat Grant from the Supergirl TV show. And Ally McBeal. Yeah, she's done some good TV shows. Haven't seen her in a movie in a while. She was in Invincible in like a cameo. Yep, he drinks. Soundtrack is pretty good in this movie too. I have to see White Hat Man. White Men Can't Jump. I have to see the original, not the remake, because the remake is useless. They got two actors that are not even actors. You don't even know who. Mm, Big Lips. Lena Olin. She's a foreign actress, but she's not British. I think she's like Swedish or something. She's Swedish, yeah. She's a Swedish actress like Rebecca Ferguson. She looks like if Maria Bello had a sister. Yeah, she does. Here comes Anthony Mackie again. It's not a cameo. It's like a supporting role, like a small supporting role. Yeah, it's good to see him here. This is when he was really young in the 2000s, because Mackie didn't blow up until he did Hurt Locker, and then he did the MCU. And yeah, he's a black man that's getting things done. He's not in everything like Idris Elba. Isaiah Washington, no relation to Denzel or Denzel's son. He's also a good actor. I don't know why he got canceled. Oh yeah, because he said he called one of his coworkers a derogatory gay word. Hey, I can say it, and I'm not going to get canceled because I ain't got no job in Hollywood right now. You know, that's a real word that means the cigarette butt. They cap four guys. Is that Ice Cube? I think that's an Ice Cube song. Yeah. NWA. Yep. Car blows up. I can't see White Man Can't Jump in September because Hispanic Heritage Month, and unfortunately, Rosie Perez is in the movie, so I'm gonna wait until like late October or November because I don't like that actress. I'm just not a fan. I don't think she looks like an ape. I don't know what it is, but she does, and she's not black, so don't worry, it's not racist. Just her face looks very. She looks like a chimp. Not even a chimp, like a orangutan or something. It's just weird. It's very strange. She just looks weird. I don't know what it is. Her face just is really strange. Even when I saw the movie, that Spike Lee movie, what was it called? Do the Right Thing. Yeah, even there, I didn't find her attractive. I'm like, your face looks weird. I know. Josh Hartnett is a very theatrical actor. I've never been to Hollywood. A saline car. I don't know what that is. There's Bruce Greenwood. He was the voice of Batman in some DC projects. I was lucky to get this double bill. I got it. I got this at a drugstore. When drugstores used to sell DVDs, I bought this for like $7. I was lucky. Hmm. That works. Mm. I can understand why the chat is empty today because again, it's a holiday. I'm only doing this so I could, keep up my end of the bargain and do a live stream on a holiday. Don't they have a key? I have a combination lock and it does without it has a key. Sexual secrets. What is that, Kama Sutra? Don't judge. Everybody has no. This was never going to be a franchise because a few a few years later, Harrison Ford would do Indiana Jones again. Yeah, again, Ford is still a boss, no matter what age. He's going to be doing this till he's 90. Like Hugh Jackman. I can't wait to do that podcast when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out on Blu-ray. I can't wait. I cannot wait to do that podcast. I'm gonna have a smile on my face most of the time. Hmm. And Keith David is also a boss because he went from in the '80s. He was in a lot of movies. Yeah, there's one F bomb in this movie. It's a PG-13 because David was in The Thing and he was also in a They Live. He had to die in They Live, of course, because it's a John Carpenter movie and he's the black guy and he dies at the very end. I don't like the ending in that movie. It's just too downbeat for a John Carpenter movie. I know his movies are not happy go lucky all the time, but not all of them have a bad a sour ending. Ugh. Undercover. Yeah, she's married to the director, Lolita Devovich, I think. Yeah, the Dadovich. Yeah, she's married to the director, so that's why she got a role here. But it's fine. You know how some of these directors have to put their wives, or if it's a wife, they have to put their husbands in their films. Look at Melissa McCarthy. Her husband directs her in several films, and he makes cameos in some of her films. Not Ghostbusters, but the other film she's done. John Krasinski and you know who, and of course Ryan Reynolds and his wife. I'm like, yeah, that's why she was in Deadpool Wolverine. Josh just said, oh, she's not interesting because it's just her voice. It's not her body. It's just her voice. She made a mistake in that movie she did. Big deal. It gets back to you, whatever it's called. I didn't see that movie because I'm not interested in abuse in a freaking romantic drama. Not interested in that. I'd rather see Caitlin Deaver's work because she doesn't do movies like that, and she doesn't hit people, and she doesn't like Amber Heard, and she's gentle to people. That's why I love her so much. There's an action scene, 31 minutes in. It takes a while, but Shelton at least I care about the two lead characters. This guy's crazy. Gotcha. Yeah. It's not police brutality if they're trying to reprimand this guy, and he was already handcuffed. Hmm. Yeah. Again, cops, keep your guns in your pocket, and when you have to take them out, use them. Don't be like, stop or I'll shoot. No, I would just give them a warning shot or something. If I was a cop, like they give you the weapon to protect yourself. It is art. I haven't seen it, the movie, A Streetcar Named Desire, because again, it's also about abuse. I'm not doing that. I'm not. That is not a ship I sail on. Where a man or woman is physically or mentally abusing somebody or emotionally. You don't do that. Abuse is wrong in any capacity. I treat women like like royalty when I'm around them. If I don't like them, I stay the hell away from them. You know that. You guys know my business. H2O click. It's a really well shot movie too. It's also so good to see an action crime comedy that has no CGI in it, which is great because nowadays way too many of these movies have too much CGI and it looks like a cartoon. And when it's not a cartoon, it looks noticeable. Two black girls. I'm Harrison Ford. You don't touch me. Love it. Mm. Harrison Ford, like I said, he's a boss, guys. A boss. Even if he never did Star Wars, I still love Indiana Jones and everything else that he's done. Even in Paranoia, he's out acting Liam Hemsworth because Hemsworth is on autopilot in that movie. Him and Amber Heard, no chemistry, autopilot. They need to do a bad movie roast on that because it's one of the worst thrillers to ever exist. Because him running like this, that's not that's that's ridiculous. He runs like a gay man. That's Katie Albert. She has a cameo here. She's in the background. This is her. I called her Black Angelina Jolie because she has those gorgeous lips. Yes, Josh. Black girls have gorgeous big lips. Most of them. Good morning, Spidey. It's been a while. I haven't seen you since last week. This movie is awesome. It is. It's very, very underrated. Yes, it has cliches. Yes, it has two leads that didn't get along, but it makes it more entertaining for me because I can see the different contrasting styles of their acting. Yeah, that was Katie Albert. She's a background actress here. She was in Friday After Next. She's gorgeous. There's Andre 3000. Yeah, look at her. She's so gorgeous, man. She has those beautiful braids. Oh my god. She's light skinned too. I love it. I love it. Josh was like, "Why are you so obsessed with my people?" Because I have a taste for chocolate. I do, or mocha. I love black girls. Looks, God, she's such a tigress. Just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, guys. Look her up, Spidey. Katie Albert. If you've seen Friday After Next, she is so beautiful. I'm like, it's like if Angelina Jolie had color and this soft voice, and it was not bisexual because Katie Albert's not like that. But damn, she needs to do another film. It's been a while. This movie has some fine black women. They're not main characters, but again, 2003, and they're not bald like in Black Panther, but most of them were bald. Even though those women were awesome, they were bad ace. The Wakanda women, most of the women there. Because I was gonna do another superhero movie, but I can't do Endgame. It's too long, and I don't have the DVD for it, so I have to wait. If I can get Avengers Endgame at a yard sale on DVD, then I can watch it. Mhm. You are so beautiful. Yes, she is. She is absolutely stunning. When I saw her in Friday After Next, I couldn't move. I was like, that is literally one of the most gorgeous black women I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of black girls that are absolutely scrumptious. Look at Tiana Paris. Oh my God. Yes, I agree with that. Andre 3000, he does fine here. He's not in it much. And he was also good in Four Brothers with Mark Wahlberg and Garrett Hedlund. Yeah, that was a pretty decent performance. At least he has some screen presence here and there. Yeah, I just Katie Albert. I forgot she was in this movie, but man, what a knockout! I wish I had a poster of her in my room because she's just beautiful and her voice, and she's a decent actress. I've seen her in other stuff too. I've seen her in Frankenfish. That was a monster movie with her, and I liked it. I know Josh wasn't crazy about it because it's kind of cheap, but again, it was direct to video. It wasn't. I think it was a direct to video or TV movie, but I liked the creature, and I thought the effects were okay. Decent cast. It wasn't 3 hours long. This movie is long, but it's not too long. Because most crime dramas now are like 2.5 hours or 3 hours long. And I'm like, yeah. hmm I get it. I get the struggle. I get the struggle, guys. Way better than Force Awakens. I agree. It's shorter Harrison doesn't die in this movie. He's a lead in this movie. He's not a side character, and it's more entertaining. It's PG-13, but it lives up to it. It's not let's kill people off screen. Why would you do that in a PG-13 when they in episode 3 they were cutting limbs off of these people? Yeah, Anakin cuts Count Dooku's hands clear off, like you see it. You don't see the hands on the floor, but you see him kill him. They don't cut away. And also, Anakin loses his legs. He gets his legs chopped off. They showed that, and it was PG-13. Here, they can do that. In Force Awakens, Finn gets cut in half with a lightsaber. No permanent injuries. He's not in a wheelchair, and he's not dead. That doesn't make any sense. And then the hobo's fighting like she's been fighting all her life. That's a freaking joke. I'm never doing a podcast for that movie. It's a joke. I don't care if it's going to be 10 years old. It's never, ever going to be streamed. Or I'm never going to watch it on my DVD player. This DVD player's seen that's in 8 years. I've seen a lot of terrible movies on this thing. Lots. And I'm not going to go through 2 hours of pain again. This is why Josh Hartnett and Harrison Ford don't spend a lot of time together on screen. They have enough time together on screen, but it's mostly them separate. That's at least Harrison Ford's smiling in this movie. He doesn't look. He's not phoning it in. Also, some of the critics like this movie. Look, Ebert and Roper, 2 thumbs up. I enjoy it. Yeah, it's not a bad movie. I've seen way worse this year. Yo, Josh Hartnett is going rogue on him. It's funny. It's got some comedic chops in it too, but it's not a parody. It's not like The Nice Guys, where that movie is just mean spirited. I don't know if you've seen it, Spidey, but when Ryan Gosling gets his arm broken, I'm like, why are you breaking his arm? You don't need to be like that. They're supposed to be nice guys, and you're breaking his arm. The hell is wrong with you, Russell Crowe? Repossessing, yeah. Yeah, I didn't finish The Nice Guy because I was just like, why is Russell Crowe breaking his arm? I get it. He's an older guy. Get out. Yeah, see again, Harrison Ford says get out. You leave. He's so good, man. He's so on point. I love watching him act. That's why it upset me in Force Awakens, because not only do you kill him off, you don't give him a funeral, and then in the next movie he's never mentioned again. Yeah, shame on you. Shame. When Carrie Fisher passed away, everybody was doing tribute videos for her because she was the queen of the galaxy. Well, the princess of the galaxy. We respect the real Star Wars fans. We respect the original cast and the cast from the prequels. We don't make their lives a living hell like half of these people that came out with the Acolyte. You don't like the show, that's fine. Don't attack the actors. Just say you hate the show. You can move on with your life. I did that. Shauna. She looks like Erin Moriarty. It's not her because she was a kid in 2003. She's gorgeous too. Yeah, even if this was just Harrison Ford by himself, he is acting in this movie. He's Martin Landau. I miss you, man. What a wonderful man, a good actor, and he had a long career. Yeah, he was a great actor. I miss him a lot. I I think his Pinocchio movie was underrated. He was a good Geppetto. Was great in Mission Impossible, the TV series. Luke, Leia, Han should have been the main characters. Yes, exactly. Why did you give it to 2 Bintos and a Spanish guy that's over caffeinated? That's not what I wanted in Star Wars. Even with Rogue One. And he just kissed a maid? Dude, you just met her. Yeah, she's a Spanish maid. That's kind of a cliche from Die Hard. But why did he kiss her? I mean, he just met her. Even my brother's spouse, I kissed her after she got married to my brother. And she's already a part of the family. But you just met this lady. I mean, if Denise Richards kissed me at Comic-Con, I'm not going to complain about it, guys. I'm not. I'm not, because I'm like, sometimes these celebrities do things you don't expect. Oh, Landau, you're dearly missed, man. What a wonderful man. Even in a bad movie, he always makes the most of a bad situation. Always in my heart, man. Yeah, he always makes me smile. I haven't seen Ed Wood. I could see it for Halloween because it's got Tim Burton directs it, and it has a lot of horror elements. Because he's so I'm going to probably see it in October. And it's got Johnny Depp. Being crazy again. I get it, guys. He's a weird actor, but he's entertaining. It's like the only reason I saw Pirates of the Caribbean was for him. It wasn't for the Bintos, that's for sure. They're boring and loud and just obnoxious, in my opinion. It's called Pirates of the Caribbean, and they have British accents. And this is a better action movie than Bullet to the Head, which was with Stallone, because that Asian guy in the movie that played Han from Fast and the Furious, he was terrible. Sung Kane, yeah, not a good sidekick. Not good at all. He's on his cell phone for the whole movie. This is a much better movie. We're 47 minutes in. I forgot to say the time. We're about a third of the way through. Yeah. Josh Hartnett, he looks like if Brock Lesnar could act. Just with not blonde hair, yeah. That's what he always looked like to me. He had big bushy eyebrows like me. Who's Shauna? Let me see who this actress is. She looks familiar. She's cute and petite. I like petite girls. You know me. Oh yeah, that's the Japanese actor from Godzilla the remake, and see the cast. Shauna is Brianna Brown. Yeah, this actor also passed away. He was in a Full House episode, two of them. She's 44 now. She was in uh, a Lifetime series, Devious Maids, and the CW show of Dynasty, the reboot of Dynasty. She's cute, and she's a good actress. Yeah, this actor was in the fabulous Alibaba Hotel and Casino in the second season of Full House. I miss him a lot too. He passed away. Harrison Ford. See, Shelton did the right thing by putting the actors separate since they didn't like to work with each other too much. Yes, they used their cell phones a lot in this movie. These were regular cell phones. They weren't iPhones or Samsung Galaxies. They didn't exist in 2003. Some people just don't get along on a set. I know. Some of the crew members that I worked with in some of the plays I did in college, I didn't get along with them because they were not taking it seriously. That just happens. Different people have different clashes. You know, they have different ways of doing things. Kid, he's not a kid. I agree that this movie's much better action sequences. Yeah, I can see what's going on. Shelton doesn't shake the camera. Shelton doesn't do quick edits. Shelton doesn't edit the movie like it's a bad music video. There's no CGI in the movie. Yeah, Harrison Ford, I love seeing him with a smile on his face. He's doing a yoga class. I know I've seen that Shauna girl one thing. I never seen Dynasty, the original or the reboot. She's a beautiful girl. She was in her 20s when she did this because this was 2003 and she's in her 40s now. So, yeah. When this movie came out in 2003, I was 18. So I just turned to an adult. Yeah, people do a lot of yoga and Pilates classes now, and also Zumba. Yes, sir. Yep, we're gonna turn into wolves, and we see a woman bend over again, guys. We turn into wolves. Yeah, yeah, man, he's such a good. Yeah, you notice that there's no men in this yoga class. It's just a bunch of women. Again, a lot of women do yoga, but to stay in shape and to. I've done it once. I don't think of it as spiritual. I think of it as stretching and relaxing and breathing. That's it. I don't worship yoga. I just do it when I want to relax. I do it on the Wii Fit because I'm like that's spiritual. You can't touch that. I'm like, again, it's just a stretching exercise, guys. I know that Hindus do it. A lot of Indian people from India do it, but I'm not Indian. You are beautiful. Yeah, beautiful brunette. Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of sexy women in this movie. I'm not going to front. That was sweet. That's nice. You beautiful feminine creature. Look at Harrison Ford. He's smiling. He knows he's heterosexual. He may be old, but he still knows what he's into. If this was made this year, then this would have had actors that don't want to be in the set. Yeah, and also it would be woke. The black people in the movie would be like, Black Lives Matter, and then the movie stops. It has to stop for that. I'm like, no, you don't need to stop the movie to preach your agendas. Or it would have been two women instead of two men. I'm not stupid, Hollywood. I know what you're I know the machine you're running. You know why Deadpool and Wolverine is still making money? Because it's good. Why is it still in the top 5 of the year? Because people enjoyed it and were entertained by it. They weren't preaching in the movie. And some people got offended. Oh, it's sacrilege. They're talking about he's the Marvel Jesus. And it's not nothing to do with that. It's a joke, people. Get over it yourself. And when they put Wolverine on a thing, it's on an X. It's shaped like an X. It's not a cross, you freaking idiots. People just want to find something to nitpick about everything. You have to taking pictures of them. There's another good scene. It's more of a thriller than an action movie, but the action's well done. Also, this movie, nobody's hiding their accent. Most movies, they have to hide their accent. I'm like, why? I'm not stupid. I know you're not American or you're not even Canadian. You're just from some country I never even heard of. Look at the guy from Madam Web. He's so bad in that movie, they had to dub him over. They had to dub a man over. Did Denis Villeneuve do that in Dune? No. Nobody's dubbed in that movie. In Dune Part 2, was anybody dubbed in the movie? No. Because most of them can act. Most. Hello, estrogen pool. Look at him. He's scratching his head. That's right. Get yours, buddy. Yeah. Heterosexuality is not dead. It's living and pumping. The heart is pumping. Because I just rewatched Cowboys and Aliens yesterday, and Harrison's still good in that movie, too. Even that's better than Force Awakens because he doesn't die in the movie. Hmm. Could this scene have been cut? Yeah, I guess. Hold on. The soundtrack is good in the movie. Excuse me. I don't want to show that on camera. Hello, beautiful body. Yeah. Kathleen Kennedy hates that men have to fawn over women. That's kind of fun. Again, this is why we're here, guys, to procreate. Get yours, Harrison. He's having a snack while he kissed this woman's neck. See, and it's a short scene. It doesn't go on for 5 minutes like 50 Shades of Grey. Captain Kennedy doesn't like to see men fawning over women and desiring them and wanting to you know do the deed. Again, it's why we exist. Humans are not just there because. That's why there's two opposite genders. Two, not 14. Two. A man and a woman. That's what was created. Everything else is an abomination. Sorry, but no, I'm not sorry. Yeah. hmm I don't care if this podcast gets 2 views or 200. I'm doing this for me because it's a holiday for America. She said, "Bad cop, no donut." That's kind of funny. See, Ron Shelton has a sense of humor. I haven't seen Tin Cup or White Man Can't Jump, but I could see them sometime in the fall. Tin Cup is with I think it's with Kevin Costner. Yeah. We're an hour in, so we got about 50 minutes left. There's the point. Yeah. Plus, Harrison Ford was one of the only good things in Expendables 3. She is a lovely woman, Lena Olden. I don't talk about her much. I just like, but she's Swedish again. So is Rebecca Ferguson, and I'm crazy about her. You know me. I like some Swedish women too. Look at Malin Ankerman. She's beautiful. I saw her in Watchmen, and I couldn't move. The Zack Snyder Watchmen, not the one that just came out, the animated one, the one with Silk Spectre too. I'm like, yeah. When I saw her strip in that movie, I couldn't move. I was in my 20s at the time. I saw in the theater the theatrical cut, and I was like, yeah. I was like, my eyes lit up like a candle. I'm like, yeah, because men like me are very visual, and when we see the work of art that is known as a woman's anatomy, we our eyes bulge out of our sockets. You saw this is the yeah, this is the lake scene. And when I saw this on TV, I'm dead serious. The guy said I'm covered in duck stuff. Like, what's duck stuff? Me too, Harrison. Me too. There's Gladys Knight's cameo. This is Corrupt's second scene in the movie because he's in the beginning of the movie and then he shows up in the third act. Well, in a chase scene near the third act. Yep, this is the duck stuff scene. I've never been on one of those boats. Again, 2003. They say the N word once in this movie because it's a PG-13. That's why this would have worked better as an R rating because it feels very R rated. It doesn't feel like a well shot scene too. You saw there's a duck there. This isn't one of the worst action crime thriller comedies I've ever seen. I've seen way worse. Watch it, duckies. No animals were harmed in this movie. I'm never gonna catch me. Yeah, nice. Again, nowadays you do this and they'll call it racist because again, how much battery power do I have? Uh, let's see, 40%. Yeah, I'll be able to. I should charge it. So let me get the plug because I don't want it to die. So I only got about 40 minutes left. So. Again, guys, 2003. Remember when this movie was made? This wasn't released last year or this year. It was in 2003, over 20 years ago. Movies were different back then. Nowadays, you do this and they say, "Hey, this is really racist and insensitive." I'm like, it's a movie, guys. Don't act like every race that gets arrested that's not white is some kind of like preachy message. It's not an allegory. That's gross. Hold on. There we go. I, that's gross. Yeah, you have a rapper and a classic singer, Gladys Knight, in a movie. Hmm. I know what happened in 2020 with that guy that got murdered. I get it. As a person of color, I get it. You always have a target on your back. Always. Just going out your front door, you never know. Get it? Because he's white. Hmm. There's a lot of musicians that are in movies. Gladys Knight is pretty decent here, consider she's not a like an Oscar caliber actress, but she's a hell of a singer, man. When you hear her singing, you can feel it. Hmm. The only reason Hartnett didn't get an Oscar for Oppenheimer is because, well, he was a supporting character. He wasn't the lead actor in the movie. Like he wasn't Cillian Murphy or Robert Downey Jr. or any of those people. Hmm. Benny Mago. See, his voice is just is smooth, man. It's a good shot. An hour and 13 minutes so far. Mount Olympus. Candles. I can take this hat off. I'm getting a headache. The movie's almost over anyway. Ugh. Yeah. Miss Cialis. Wow, that's a lot of cops. You know, Harrison Ford's played a lot of good cops. Why was he giving us Miranda rights after they arrested him? That doesn't make any sense. You're supposed to give that to them when you arrest them, not when they get to the station. I know. Hey, after 9/11, a lot of people have to take their shoes off at the airport. Yeah, this is funny. The movie has a sense of humor. This is not Oppenheimer, guys. There's no humor in that movie. See, even when he's pointing at the phone, Harrison, this man is one of my favorite actors, like, period. He's an American treasure and a legend, just like Clint Eastwood. And I love him. I love when he's like, I'm on the phone. Oh, yeah, suck it, Phoebe Waller Bridge. You will never be a legend. People are going to remember how bad you were in every movie. Solo, Dial of Destiny, and If. That's three strikes. You're out. Nobody gives a damn about you. You're not a good actress. You're not even attractive. You're boring. The actresses in this movie are not in it much, but they give it their all. Even if it's a cameo. They're, he's doing good yoga poses while I'm Mhm. They're interrogating cops. That doesn't make any sense. They didn't do anything. No. He's too. You turn my phone on. Speaking of phone, because I'm going to get a lot of messages and an email. So don't worry, it won't interfere with the podcast. I'm not going to play any copyrighted music or anything. Harrison's a boss, man. Always will be. He always was, is, and will always be a boss. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm checking my emails now. The movie's almost over, an hour and 21 minutes. I got swag bucks. Yeah, I'll check that later. Disney Store. YouTube is live. Yeah, that's right now. Hmm. More yoga pose. I'm checking the chat. Yeah, there's not much. There's nobody here. Rodeo Drive. GFF. I don't know what that is. I've never been to California. Harrison Ford can run, man. Even at his age, he's still he's a better actor now, even to this day, than the hobo will ever be. It's a good car chase scene. Really, really good driving scene. Very one of the most underrated car chases in a movie. Before Fast and the Furious was in everything. You know, every Fast and the Furious movie had to have racing or just car chases that are too long. That was a good stunt. This third act is probably the best part of the movie. It's exciting. Mm. Again, there's a lot of Spanish people that live in LA or near Hollywood, California, because the Mexicans immigrated from their country to California or to Texas. Hmm. That's a great shot. Hey, Network 91.8, you made it to the third act of this movie. If you haven't seen this movie, give it a watch. I think it's on Max or yeah, something like that. It's a very fun cartoon. Yeah, check it out. It's very, very entertaining. 7-Eleven. There's some product placement in the movie, not a lot, but it's in the background mostly. Yeah, there's like the OJ chase in 1994. Star maps, I remember those. Yeah, I know. The movie's almost over. We're about 90 minutes in. Yeah, there's a lot of reporters. Yeah, because there's a lot of Univision. Yeah, get out of here. This isn't a Spanish movie. It's only Spanish because again they're in California. If this was New York, it would be the same thing. If it was in a place like Arizona or not even Arizona, like Tennessee, there would be no Spanish people in there because there's like that's 1% of like 90% of people that are white or black or Asian or something like that. We're gonna make it. Where's my what? That was awesome. Yeah, Fast and the Furious. They take these kind of scenes and they make them 10 minutes too long. Plus, the cars can fly now, and there's way more Spanish in those movies than this. Brahman's Chinese Theater. Yep, that's where they. Uh, that's Robert Wagner in a cameo. It's awesome. I love this chase scene. And they really did this. There's no CGI here. No CGI. Real cars, real people, real stunts. None of this Hollywood fakery that they did in the Fall Guy, where it's CGI. That's why it costs $100 million. You're stupid. Harrison Ford is so great. Just gets unnecessary sequels. Yeah, they should have stopped after Paul Walker passed because every sequel after that has been a cartoon. Fate of the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, Fast 9, Fast 10, they're freaking cartoons now. And that's not what Fast and the Furious was. It was about racing. Now it's a cartoon. I bet 11 is going to be, now the cars can fly like in the air or the cars turn into a robot or something. Robert Wagner, we still got you, man. What a legend. Yeah, main characters don't take their job seriously. They're superheroes. Network 98, they're superheroes. They're not human anymore. Harrison Ford and Josh Hartnett, as much trouble as they had on production, they're still human. They're not superheroes in this movie. They take damage and they're. It's like I'm driving, I'm driving. I love when Harrison Ford yells in a movie. It's always going to entertain me, no matter what it is. Indiana Jones, a Star Wars, whatever. And these sequels could have been ended up as a little like 5 minutes of their stupid main characters killed the villains. Yeah, exactly. Some of the villains did die in the early films, but recently, yeah, Harrison Ford has one glass on his sunglasses. Oh yeah, this is entertaining. This is a really good stunt. Don't try this at home. Wow. Again, Hartnett didn't do that. That was a stunt double, but don't ever try that, guys. You're not you're not Spider Man. Victoria's Secret. I know the secret. Hartnett, you really he puts his all into this movie, despite it flopping and the tension with him and Harrison Ford. That was because of the age difference. He's a good actor. If he's a Looney Tune, I get why, because he's working with M Night Shyamalan. What did you expect him to be subtle? Yeah, Tokyo Drift is still my least favorite. It's decent. I don't hate it, but it's not a cartoon compared to the last four movies. Those last four movies are terrible. Because 8, 9, and 10, all cartoons. Hobbs and Shaw, I haven't seen it, but it's also a cartoon. I know it. That was awesome. He thinks he got away. No, Isaiah Washington. This is a long chase scene, but it's not too long. It's not 35 minutes. If people were asleep in the theater, this definitely woke them up. The few people that saw this in the theater. These kids are cute. Yeah, they're not in the movie much, but they leave an impression for their small spin. He's just like a bite. Harrison, you're a great. You're the man, man. You're one of the biggest legends in the business. He went again, hobo. This is why he'll always be better than you. This man, even in a movie that flops, he's giving it his all. Even when he yells, I just love hearing him yell. I don't want him to yell at me. I'm just saying that there's a reason he's a legend in this business. That was great. Mm-hmm. Those poor kids are going to be scarred for life. Oh, that's Smokey Robinson. Yes, there's another cameo in the movie. This is a crazy scene, but hey, I sat through Michael Bay's Six Underground. Yep, Smokey Robinson, man, legendary singer. This movie has everything. Again, suck it, Fast and the Furious 11. You're not going to be as crazy as this. That's going to be a 2.5 hour cartoon where Vin Diesel's like, it's about family and driving and being superheroes. I'm like, you were already a superhero. You were Groot. That was a set. These actors No matter what tension was on set, these actors commit. Individually, they commit. That's why they spend most of the third act. So good. And it was nice to see Smokey Robinson in a cameo. Yeah, everybody in this movie calls the police. Harrison Ford just is the man. When he yells, I'm like, man, I could feel that in my bones. This guy was nominated for an Oscar, something the hobo will never have. Nominated for an Oscar. I want to meet him one day. I hope I get to. I swear, Rick's actor from Walking Dead has been in absolutely nothing I've seen. Yeah. What you mean, Andrew Lincoln? Hasn't done much. He did Love Actually when he was young and hasn't done much since. Again, because he peaked. And so did Lauren Cohen. They do one show that everybody knows him in, and then they do nothing. Norman Reedus, I remember him in Blade 2 and The Boondock Saints before he was in The Walking Dead. It's really exciting, this third act. It's crazy, and Harrison Ford is really trying, man. See, that would have been an F bomb if it was an R rated movie. It should have been an R rated. It probably would have made more money, and it would have been more for adults and not for teenagers. I was a teen in 2003, but I was 18. I could watch an R rated movie. I saw my first R rated movie in 2003. I saw Terminator 3 in the theater. Yeah, this is so good, man. Harrison, you're always going to be one of my favorite actors, man. He's so entertaining. Just he's just so believable. I love Harrison Ford so much in this movie. That's why he's an American treasure, man. As a proud American a citizen, yeah, he makes America proud, man. Never stop waving your finger, Harrison. Never. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan played the comedian in Watchmen. Yeah, he's not in this movie. And also, Harrison Ford is a legend. Yeah, he's a film legend and just the goat, one of the greatest of all time, man. There's a reason his career after Star Wars was in good hands. It was long and prosperous, and we bought him in nearly every role he plays. I got to do more of his films. I've done Indiana Jones, I've done Star Wars, but his other films too. Like I haven't done I haven't seen you. I never finished. Was he in U571? No, that was another movie. He was in Canine. Not Canine. It was the Widowmaker or something like that. It was where he did a Russian accent. I haven't seen that yet, and I haven't seen Witness or other stuff that he's done. What Lies Beneath? I need to see that. In Yep, gotcha. This is why you think that Josh Hartnett was doing being a cartoon and trap. He's like, I'm just gonna overact so people know what I'm into. So good, man. Thank you. See, it was a cover up. You're an idiot. And this film gets violent too at the end. It's a PG-13, but it's a strong PG-13, like the Batman was, except it's about an hour shorter. Unfortunately, became a one-hit wonder. Yeah, he did. What is he doing now? Netflix movies. Yeah, yeah, you did good, Josh. You're a good actor, Josh Hartnett. Yeah, and he squints his eyes like, mm-hmm. Yeah, you're an idiot. This is a lot of fun, guys. I'm glad I got to do this podcast. Even if this gets 2 views, the people that got to watch this got to see me have a good time. Yep, you're an idiot. Again, never change, Josh Hartnett. Never change. Never affiliate yourself. You're a good actor. Shyamalan may made you act like a cartoon, but that's not going to diminish your career. Your career's going to be fine. If you stay away from drugs and alcohol, you're in good hands. Now Harrison has to get Isaiah Washington. This is fun to watch. When I want to pop in an action, crime, thriller, comedy, this is one of the movies I go to that's so underrated. Definitely watch it, guys. It's not terrible. The critics that hated it just didn't get the. It's got two different tones, but it works. The drama. This is not a drama. Kelly Marie Tran, Hayden Christensen, Jake Lowe's career is ruined because of the fan base. Doesn't have to separate a character from the actor. I didn't hate any of them. The one I hate is the hobo. And you know who I'm talking about, Network 98. The girl of Force Awakens. Yeah, she is the bane of my existence. It's because of her I don't like British chicks now. Mostly. That's right. The Indiana Jones punch. I love that. Harrison, he commits, man. He commits. I haven't done Firewall. I got to do that one. I don't think I've done Firewall. No, I don't think I've done that podcast. That was cool. Hey, Hollywood, start making movies more like this. We don't need CGI in every shot. If it's not a superhero movie, don't put CGI in the movie. You don't need it. You put too much of it. Look at Dial of Destiny. There's way too much CGI in that movie. Look at Eternals. Too much CGI. X-Men Apocalypse. There is CG in Deadpool Wolverine, but it looks good. It doesn't look like it doesn't take me out of the movie. This movie doesn't look computer generated or AI made. It's actually made with physically practical effects and real people on screen. None of this fakery we have nowadays. And they wonder why movies like Borderlands didn't do well because the CGI looks dated. That movie would have had dated CGI if it came out 10 years ago. That's right. Get yours. Good stunt work, man. That was a really, really good stunt. It's not Isaiah Watch. Gotcha. Hollywood waste. Get it? hmm Again, Ford is a boss. Always has been and always will be. The guy who plays Solo from Solo, I legit haven't seen him since. Well, I saw him in Cocaine Bear last year. He was in that last year. He was good in that. It did better than Solo. They didn't cost $100 million or $200 million or 300. Where did they get this money? Yeah, he died. No way that Isaiah Washington survived that. If this was Vin Diesel, he wouldn't have a scratch on him. Yeah, you still look great, Harrison. Even for 80, you're still a boss, man. If he ever watches this podcast, which I doubt, but you're still a boss, man. Nobody could ever take that away from you. Solo was just slapped onto another Star Wars. Bruce Greenwood got arrested? No. Hell, he's not even a U.S. citizen, so Cap arresting him makes sense in this movie. A Streetcar Named Desire. Yeah, Marlon Brando did this role, and you saw it's like off Broadway. Really good actor, man. I've seen the I've seen the theatrical plays in small places like that in Manhattan, in the Village. Marlon Brando played this role, and he was scary in there. Stella, yeah, again, he's so good. Trust me, I've seen worse performances on stage and in the theater. Hartnett is fantastic here. I'll see Oppenheimer one day, but it's not going to be right now. Yes, someone's cell went off. Here's the thing: when you go to a play, guys, all of you theater lovers like me, shut off your cell phone. Don't answer it. Don't text. Don't go on social media. Leave your phones off, please. It's a distraction. I've done theater and I've never had my cell phone on. You have the Temptations at the end of the movie. That's the movie, guys. That was Hollywood Homicide. Very entertaining movie. It's a really entertaining movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Really good performances, solid action, especially in the third act. Funny, great cast. I get you say what can make me feel this way, my girl. You know who my girl is, right, Josh? Talking my girl. Frank Sinatra Jr. He has a lot of cameos as well. Oh, my child. The bees, yeah, Anthony Mackie, Choppa, Crazy Magic, and Tebow as the song hurts in the trees. I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl. Talking about my girl, my girl. Yeah, Katie Arbor played Chantel. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it for the movie. I love this movie. This movie's fun, man. It's definitely aged well, especially with a where we have movies that are on Netflix that look worse than this and they cost way more, like that Kevin Hart movie Lift. Yeah, again, you can't beat practical effects, man, and real actors on screen. And just the soundtrack is great in this movie. For a movie that's not a musical or an animated film, it's got a really good soundtrack. And I love the Temptations. You know, old music is always going to rule. Thanks for watching, guys. Acknowledge me. Have a safe Labor Day with your families and friends. Stay away from fireworks. This is a fun movie. It's as American as you can get, and I'm very happy. I'm proud to be American. See you guys in the next one. USA.